Hi there gorgeous people, you've got Sammy, and today we're going to be completing the Starlight Express square as part of our 365 Granny Square a Day Crochet Along project. I'll get straight into it. I'm just going to do a chain 2 and then I'm going to pop 8 single crochet into the first chain space. So straight into the first loop with 8 single crochet, finishing off by slip stitching to the first one that we've done. I'll let you guys work the 8. I'll meet you back here when you have 8 single crochet in a ring. Okay, yellow is very bright. That's a bit better. Got 8 single crochet in our ring. Moving on to round 2, I'm going to chain 3. And pop a double crochet into the same stitch. Now that's going to serve as a double crochet cluster. I'm going to chain 3. And then I am going to do a 2 double crochet cluster into the next stitch. So we go in, with our first, keep 1 loop on the hook, do our second, finish as normal, chain 3 and do another 2 double crochet cluster into the next stitch. Keep one on. Making our second the same way. Chaining 3. I'm going to continue that all the way around. I'll finish with a chain 3 which will join into the top of the initial 2 double crochet cluster, which was the chain 1 with the double crochet. So joining into the actual top of the stitch, not into the chain. I'll meet you back here ready for round 3. Finished round 2 and I've finished off with that colour there. If you haven't, you'll be in the top of the stitch, just slip stitch over to the chain space. I'll be joining my new colour in there. So with a slip stitch into the chain space. Then I'm going to chain 4, which is going to count as a double crochet and a chain 1. Then is in the same chain space, I'm going to pop another double crochet, a chain 1, and a 3rd double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the same space, chain 1, and a 3rd double crochet into the chain space. So each chain space is going to have 3 double crochet, each one separated by a chain 1. So at the end of this round you'll have 24 double crochet, 24 chain 1 spaces, be slip stitching into the 3rd loop of the starting chain. I'll meet you back here soon. Okay, there's round 3 completed. I am changing colour again. working in the front loop only for this round. So from your starting point, okay, I'm going to zoom in. So you can see there's 2 loops to the stitch that would normally go in. We're only going to go into the front loop. So the back one is sitting there. If we're going through both, we'd go through like that. But we're just going through the front loop. Zoom back out. I'm gonna slip stitch to the front loop of the next chain space from where you started. I'm just going to slip stitch in there. Chain 3. And double crochet into the same stitch. 2 double crochet in the front loop of every chain stitch, skipping the double crochets. So each chain, front loop of each chain gets 2 double crochet. I'm going to be slip stitching to the back loop of the chain of 3 we did at the beginning, the third loop of that. The end of this round you'll have 48 double crochet. Remember, just working in the front loops of the chain spaces, avoiding those double crochets. I'll meet you back here when you've got 48 double crochet. Okay, round 4 is done, and I'm changing back to my purple for round 5. This round we're working in back loops only. So, getting closer, you can see the 2 loops. We're working in the front one. This time we're going to work the back one. I'm just going to join in anywhere with a slip stitch because I've changed colour. Chain 1, which doesn't count as anything, and I'm going to pop a single crochet into the same stitch. I'm going to do a picot stitch, so that's chain 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, and slip stitch into the very first chain. Single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch. And single crochet into the next stitch. Then picot. Five, 6, 7, and slip stitch into the first chain. Single crochet into the back loop of the next 2 stitches. Now that's a join, so it can be tricky. Nope. Ah, there we go, finally. Slip stitch into the next 2, remembering back loops only. And the second we do our picot. So they're going to stick right out like little loose chainies. We're going to repeat that all the way back to the beginning where we'll slip stitch not to the first chain but to the first single crochet. We'll have 48 single crochet and 24 picot stitches. I shall meet you back here ready for round 6, and I'll be changing colours again. See you soon. Okay, back and ready for row 6. We've got our 24 little picots sitting up around. I've just joined with a slip stitch to the new start to our finishing point because I've changed colour. But you can of course continue with the same. I'm just going to chain 1, doesn't count as anything, and pop a single crochet in the same stitch. 2 single crochet into the next. We're not working into the picot, so we're just working into the single crochets from the previous round. I'm just going to push them forward, pop 2 single crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to repeat this pattern 4 times. So we're going to start by creating a kind of corner and work it around. So I'll let you know when we finish the first set. So next stitch is a half double crochet, then the next one, pulling that picot forward, is a double crochet. Oh, I missed the stitch. No, I had the stitch. Can be a bit confusing when you're moving those picots out of the way. I can get it in the stitch properly. There we go. A double crochet. Then we're going to pop 5 double crochet into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Double crochet into the next. Half double crochet into the following. So there's our first corner done and half of a side. Now we're going to do 7 single crochet, so 1 into each of the next 7 stitches. And that'll form one of our sides. And 7. And that's the end of our repeat. So obviously back here we've already started, so there'll only be 4 single crochet on the last side, but we're ready to start working into the corner again. So if you go back around 2 minutes and 40 seconds, you'll be at the start of that stitch progression, be able to build the last 3 corners and the last 2.5 sides, and I'll see you back here ready for round 7. I will be working with this colour for the remainder of the square. See you soon. Okay, back for round 7, which is our final round for this gorgeous Starlight Express. I'm going to chain 2, which doesn't count as anything. I'm going to pop a half double crochet into the same stitch. I'm going to pop a half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to repeat the next part 4 times to cover the next 4 corners and 4 sides. So we've got 3 double crochet, one in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 double crochet, and that should take us, that counts off a little bit. I've got an extra stitch in there somehow. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Right, I was off by 1. That'll take us to the center of the corner. So in our set of 5 double crochet from the previous row, it'll be the 3rd one. We're going to put 5 double crochet in there. Build out a nice solid corner. So 5 double crochet to create the corner. I'm going to pop a double crochet on into the next stitch. Next 3 stitches. 2, 3 double crochet. And then 9 half double crochet. And that'll get us back to the start of this stitch set. Where you can follow along again with the video. I hope you have all enjoyed making this gorgeous little square. I know I certainly have. I'm loving the bright colours of this one. Reminds me of India and Thailand. Malaysian countries, lots of bright colours. Finish off that final round, you'll have a gorgeous square. I hope that you've all enjoyed it too. Until next time, happy hooking.